Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Tochi. So you guys, today's video is one that is very special. I don't know if you guys are seeing my guest. I interviewed her on this channel some time ago, and she talks about leaving the UK after 15 years. Guys, can you imagine? She was in the UK for 15 whole years, and then she packed herself and her family, her children, and moved back to Nigeria. So 1 year after, she's back again. This is like an update. I want to ask her if she's actually regretting her decision moving back to Nigeria, saying that people are actually, leaving Nigeria or leaving Africa and moving to the UK. And then she that had the opportunity already, she left it all and went back to Nigeria. So let's find out if she's actually regretting that decision. Stick around with me so you'll get all the details. Okay, so I'm going to let her introduce herself right now for those who have not seen her before, and then we'll get right into the video.
Hello, good day everyone. For those of you that don't know me, I've been here before, just like Tochi rightly introduced. My name is Ada. I'm in Nigeria now. I used to live in the UK. I lived there for 15 years. And just like she said again, I bonded my family, my husband and my children, and shipped everybody down to Nigeria. So yeah, I'm also here on YouTube, and I upload videos, documenting my experience here in Nigeria. So I'm here to just kind of give an update of my stay so far in Nigeria. For those of you that will be wondering, how far is she gone back to England? Is she still here? So yeah, that's why I'm here today.
Yes, I want to know. I'm one of those that are interested in this gist. Tell us, this is 1 year after you have moved from the UK to Nigeria. Do you regret your decisions?
No, Tochi, I don't want it. No. I don't regret it because it is, like I always say, it is something I imagined. I already know the system. I lived here in Nigeria. I was born in Nigeria, lived in Nigeria before traveling to join my husband in England. I know the struggles, I know the challenges, which are unfortunately still the same thing. We still struggle with the NEPA lights. We still struggle with bad roads. We still struggle with inflation. We still struggle with, you name it. But for now, I'm choosing to stay here for now. I'm not regretting it. And my children, my family, we're not regretting it.
Wow. This is really interesting because talking about, all the struggles, just like you mentioned, people are trying to move abroad because of these struggles that you mentioned. But it's so strange to hear that you are actually enjoying it, in Nigeria, because you had this opportunity people are looking forward to, or people are wishing you had it, but you left everything and moved with your children back to Nigeria, right? So, and looking at how everything is, especially in Nigeria today, right? How are you guys coping? Like, I want to know, how has it been for you, and why are you not trying to move back abroad just like every other person?
First of all, let me just say this. Home is where the heart is. For now, my heart is in Nigeria. And secondly, just to put things into perspective again, people might not know, but there is this movement going on I would say to some very few people, not so many because it's not popular. People are looking to come back to Nigeria. Just in case you don't know, I get messages every day. I get emails every day asking, how did I start this? How did I plan this? How did I go about this? People are looking to come back. But it's just the process and that self-will to say, okay, this is it. I'm doing this now. I'm taking this leap. So just to get that out of the way, I know what we hear is the Japa syndrome. People are leaving en masse to, abroad, England, Canada, America, Australia. People are leaving en masse. But at the same time, people that have been there for quite some time are looking to come back, because at the end of the day, as long as you know that you're not going to retire over there, you have to be making plans towards your retirement back home. And I think that's the category of people that I fall into now. For the struggles in Nigeria, trust me, it's the same. Not really the same over in England, but for now, I just feel like I'm better off here in Nigeria for now, at least. I keep using the word for now because I never knew I would stay here till 1 year, but I'm still here after 1 year. Yeah, I have a business there in England, so I left in January. I was supposed to stay for 3 weeks, but I ended up staying for months. So I came back not quite long. So if there was any regretting to do, or if there was anything I have missed, that would have been an opportunity to rethink everything and to say, okay, that's it. We are going back to England. But for now, because of my circumstance, which I might not be able to like explain, even if I explain, you might not get it. I don't see myself going back for now, maybe later in the future. With regards to the struggles in Nigeria, my dear, you know what you've been facing since you were here in Nigeria is still the same. Nothing has changed. The only difference is that if you are fortunate enough or blessed or lucky enough to have extra change, then you can manage to put fuel in your generator, drive yourself to wherever you're going, and just try and live life the normal way that every human being should live. So, which was the same struggle for me in England. So it's not like it's totally, it's not like a piece of cake over there. It's not that easy too. I was there not quite long, so I see how things are increasing in price. Cost of living is rising. We have accommodation problem there, so it's not really all rosy over there. So for now, I just choose to go with my Nigerian struggle. So yeah.
Talking about struggles, right? Let's talk again for those who haven't watched that video, right? So I'm just saying you. Just briefly tell us, why again did you leave the UK? And then at what point would you advise somebody to say, okay, this is it? Like, what is that situation that somebody will find himself, say, okay, this is the breaking point, this is the height of it, I'm going back. What is that point? Like, you can advise somebody and say, you should go back to your home country. You'll be better off in your home country than living this way in the UK.
I wouldn't say I want to advise anyone, because this journey has been myself and my husband's journey, including our children now. So we didn't just wake up to say, okay, we're going to Nigeria. It has been in the pipeline. It's just that the opportunity came for us to do it exactly when we did it last year. So in the first place, we left Nigeria to go for greener pastures over there. So it all depends on your circumstance. Some people doesn't even want to come back to Nigeria. As soon as they leave the shores of Nigeria, they don't want to see and they don't want to know anything about Nigeria. Again, some people at some point are even going just to see if they can work, raise up some capital, and come back to Nigeria and set up business for themselves. Some people are going to stay there, work or set up a business, make the money. When it's time for them to retire, 50, 60 years old, they come back to the country and retire. So everybody's circumstance is different. Our reasons are different. So for me, I will speak for myself. For me, it was perfect for us to do this now. We would have done it 2020 actually. My travel to Nigeria would have been 2020. COVID happened and everything, so we had to pause. I can't really advise somebody to say, because things are not working well for you, come back to Nigeria, or because you've achieved everything you want to achieve, come back to Nigeria. So it all depends on the reason you left in the first place. If you feel like you're there, like you'll be fine even if you leave wherever you are to your home country, then you can do it. This is a very big leap. It's a very big movement. It's not for the faint-hearted. So just like people don't understand when I say I used to live in England and I'm back here in Nigeria, they don't really get it, like why. But until you go there, stay for some time, work. For me, I worked as an employee. I became an employer. I was part of the system. So I've seen things that not every other person in the diaspora has experienced in my own way. I don't like talking about this, but unfortunately, I have to add it to my conversation. When you've not experienced racism, you won't really understand it. And that was my story. It became apparent that some of the struggles I was facing there was because of who I am, what country I represent. Unfortunately, that was the situation. And I know back in my home country, I'll be free as a bird to do anything I want to do. Not necessarily commit crime, but there's this freedom that is attached to being in your home country. You can't buy it. It's priceless. And that's I am enjoying now in Nigeria. I don't know how best to explain that. England holds a very special place in my heart. But for now, Yeah,
Yeah,
I think I
Nigeria.
rather be
No.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, for those who are in Nigeria or Africa or outside the UK, looking at moving to the UK, but are doing very well in their home countries. But like you said, because of this jackpot syndrome, they just want to
Mm.
relocate, or probably because of what's going on with with Africa or with their home country, they want to relocate, or maybe for one good reason or the other. Everybody have different reasons why they want to
Yeah.
move abroad, right?
Mm.
Because in this case now they have to quit their jobs. Some of them have to like quit their jobs and come over here to start afresh per se. It's easier if you're not really doing anything, and you get an opportunity to go and get it better somewhere else. It's easier for you to just carry your bag and move without even looking back. But for those who are actually doing well, earning a decent living and you know living on the average, just basically doing very well, what would be your advice to them?
First of all, why are you living? Are you living to go for a greener pasture? Are you living because the stress in Nigeria, the NEPA light, you can't stand it anymore? Are you living because of the bad road? Are you living because of the serenity you feel you can get in the abroad? There must be a reason why you're living. But trust me, I am on ground, like in Nigeria now. The estate where I live, Nigeria, we like big things, so like big things. If you see their houses, this one is not mortgage. They paid. Sorry, I'm being passionate about this part of the conversation. If you see their houses, Tochi, if you see the cars they drive, if you see their businesses, these are something that I was, you know, working so hard to achieve, to get, but they have it already and they still decide to leave. So I don't know the reason. Honestly, I don't know if it's for them to go and make more money. But from what I'm seeing here, it doesn't make sense to me anymore. That
Security is important, right? You know that.
security, yeah, I've lived in England. Although the neighborhood where I stay is one of the safest places in England, it's one of the best places to live actually. Yeah, but we watch the news that they don't watch you over in Nigeria, except you have DSTV or you have some kind of cable for you to be able to, have access to other mainstream media's news, like things that are happening over there in abroad. There are so many news that they don't get to watch. They just get to see the very nice things. But because I used to live in England, I've seen things, I know things, so I can weigh things. Talking about security, stabbing it happens, stealing happens everywhere. Like it happens everywhere if you ask me. It depends on the neighborhood you live over there and the neighborhood you live over here in Nigeria. So like I would say, it depends on why you're living in the first place. But from what I have seen now, like I said before, it doesn't make sense to me. I see no reason why you have a good business going on for you here and your children are going to one of the best schools in the area and you have a house or houses, and you decide to, okay, I've, I'm tired, I'm leaving. So there must be a reason. I'm not advocating for anybody not to leave. All I'm saying is, if you want to enjoy the good things of life, Nigeria is our home country, whether we like it or not. Like, go there, stay for the rest of your life there. If they're addressing you, they will not. Some people might address you as British, just like they address me. But if it comes down to it, you're a Nigerian. You are a Nigerian, whether you like it or not. So it doesn't really matter if you live there and decide not to come back, or you're leaving because the country has done this or done that to you. For me, if I was in their shoes, what I would do is, since I really want to travel abroad, to England, to America, to anywhere, as long as I have just like you go on holiday to Spain, to Italy, you can as well do the same in Nigeria. Visit any country you want, stay as long as you want, and come back home. Because I know they can afford these things. Do you know what it means having people at your beck and call and losing all that to be starting afresh? I wouldn't advise anybody that is doing so well here, except you're going just for a change of environment or you're going for a vacation, fine. But leaving everything here or selling everything off, that I am not in agreement with. Just like your your last video, I think sometime last month, people paying for COS as much as £15,000. Tochi, you tell me, you know how many hours of YouTubing or how many hours of work you would do to be able to save that money? I've been there. I know how difficult it is to save money after your pay, after all the expenses. You're able to save and save up to 15,000 to 20,000 pounds, not naira, and you're taking that save. It means you have a lot of money. So does it's not making sense to me. I don't know if it is security. I'm not dead yet. I'm still here. My children are still here. I know the security is a problem, but so it is in any other place in the world. Nigerian one might be peculiar to us because we live here, just like the people in England are complaining too. So I think it's relative or subjective if you ask me.
Well, anyway, so this is your story, this is your experience. Somebody might have a different story, right? But that's okay. We appreciate it, and we want to just say thank you for coming to share, because I know that somebody will take something home. Because there are people, the truth is that some people just want you to share your story just so that they can act or know what to do or know that they are not alone in this kind of things, right? But sometimes people see people that share their stories as stupid people, like, why are you coming on social media to tell us what's our business? But at the same time, I know, because of what I do, I know that stories like this actually inspire, even if it's not for everybody. One or two people would get something from it, because some people are just asking questions and just looking for solutions, looking for answers. But with your story, they will just get everything they want and they'll be fine.
Sorry to take you back. The one thing I would say to people is, like, those people, this set of people traveling en masse now, don't just focus on the care job. Don't just focus on whatever job you have there. Try and think outside of the box, just like as you will do in Nigeria. When you come here, you see the hustling spirit there. People are really working hard to make this money. So take the same mindset to wherever you're going. Don't just depend on working for someone and getting paid. Try and explore opportunities there. So if you decide to, okay, I want to work, try and improve yourself in terms of the kind of trainings that you do. Meet your boss, tell them you want to do this training, you want to do that. Most times the funding is there for you to do it. Don't just depend on working 100 hours a week and getting paid, because at the end of the day, you're getting taxed for it, and it's like you're just working for nothing. So what I would say to the set of people going over to, like, the set of people traveling this time, is to work for some time. At the same time, look around, see what opportunities there are. I mean, business opportunity. That, I would say, is why I was able to make this decision or be able to be in this position now, because I have that freedom that comes with owning a business and establishing it and setting up the stage where it is now. So if we go there and just focus on working, we might end up doing this for so many years, and you will just be working and it's just the same thing year in, year out. So what I would say is, if they go there, let them think of what to do. It's sort of business to set up, just like they would do if they're here in Nigeria. And just see what regulations there are, follow the regulations. If they need support, there's so many ways to get support. And if anybody wants to, find ways to navigate their life there in terms of setting up business, my email address is there. You can email me. I'm free to, I'll be happy to answer that you have. So I think that would really go a long way, because that is why I'm able to do what I'm doing.
I think maybe some other time we can bring you on to share for us how immigrants can actually, open and run a successful business in the UK.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what we'll do next.
Okay.
So guys, you've heard it from the horse's mouth. You've heard her story. She's not regretting in any way moving back to Nigeria. She's doing absolutely fine. So if you want to make the same move, you want to take the same step, just do whatever works for you and you'll be fine. And for those who are saying nothing will ever make me go back, fine. Just do whatever works for you. At the end of the day, everybody will be fine.
We'll be all right. Yeah.
We'll be fine.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Ada, for coming. And thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.